Alright, welcome to Agents of Bolas. This is our prize opening. We're going to actually be doing a whole bunch of things during this video. Basically, I'm going to be opening up this new Phyrexia pack for the Season 1 winner, which is me. And then we're going to also decide what our Season 2 prize is going to be. And then we're also going to do a deck tech of my Kresh the Bloodbraided deck, which was a deck that I won with in the season, and I thought I'd just share with you guys one of my personal favorite Kresh decks. So let me go ahead and open up this new Phyrexia pack, and we'll get started.
Is that how you open packs?
Yeah.
I knew it. Oh, you got the best.
Loxodon Convert.
You can just peel them off. You're fine.
Hoverbeer. Evil Presence. Gitaxian Probe. Ruthless Invasion. Grim Affliction.
You want that Gitaxian Probe?
Volt Charge.
Fantastic. Ooh, parasitic implant's fun.
Parasitic Implant. Trespassing Soul Eater.
I don't even know what he do. Unblockable, pay 2? Nice.
Yeah, pay a Phyrexia and he gets unblockable. Shriek Raptor, Flying and Infect. Alloy Mirror, that's a good one.
Oh, Marrow Shards.
Marrow Shards.
Oh, I love Enslave, yeah.
And then Mirror Subversion.
Spin only. Oh, that's the 5/6. Okay, so you can only do it with.
And then this cool ass bound and then a golem.
Very
So this was our new Phyrexia pack opening. Pretty decent cards. Enslave is actually
Gitaxian Probe.
and Gitaxian Probe. You know, that's actually that's Agent Blake's some of his favorite cards. That's pretty good cards here.
So mean.
Volt Charge, Agent Dalton loves. So
Yeah.
we've got some good stuff. That was very good.
Ta-da! You get a prize.
Ta-da, ta-da. This was all my hard work put into one pack. And then now let's go on to our season 2 prize here. We basically put it inside a container, all of our options. They shook it up for me.
Shake it nicely. Give it one more shake.
Just on camera, just to make sure we ain't fucking with you. Now let's go
This is
ahead.
a real deal.
This is the real deal here, guys. Let's decide. He's gonna put it right up on the screen. A boogie board.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alright, so we got a boogie board, which is actually one of these. So whoever wins gets a brand new boogie board. Free of charge.
Free of charge, except for the other fucking people have to pay for it.
Except for the other people have to pay for it. Now, we actually do have a lot of other prizes, but those are going to be for later seasons. So I'll hand this off to my other agent here. Now let's go on here to the deck tech of Kresh the Bloodbraided. He's actually one of my favorite commanders, if not my favorite commander. He's had a lot of variations. He says whenever another creature dies, put X +1/+1 counters on Kresh the Bloodbraided, where X is that creature's power. So I'm just going to go through all the non-land cards in this deck first, and then we'll get on to the lands. So I've got Garrick Primal Hunter. He just puts some dudes into play, draws cards equal to the greatest power, so works really well with Kresh. Now, Tragic Slip. A lot of creatures going to be dying. Gives some good removal. Chaos Warp, also some good removal. Cauldron Dance, one of my favorite cards. Definitely something that's works very well with Kresh. Put a big ass creature into play, sacrifice it, put another creature into play, put it in your hand, so you get a lot of triggers. Windgrace's Judgment, new card from the Commander set. I think is just too good not to be in this deck. Appetite for the Unnatural, just a good artifact and enchantment, destroy and you gain 2 life. Crows and Grip, another one, just so you can get rid of something fast. Terminate, I really like Terminate. It's just, especially this art, just gives a good destroy spell. Decree of Pain, going to be destroying a lot of creatures, and also you can cycle it, draw some more cards. Blasphemous Act gets some of that red damage in there. The Kresh is really big. It can destroy all other creatures besides him. It gets even more big. Victimize, just a lot of more sacrificing outlets. Diabolic Tutor, obviously. Read the Bones for some more draw. Cultivate to get some lands. Dread Return, another sacrifice outlet, and also put some stuff back into the play. Whisper Silk Cloak just to make him unblockable, and also give him Shroud. Give him that extra getting in. Soul Ring, obviously. Then we got one of my favorite cards. Actually, is my favorite card ever. Is Phyrexian Soul Gorger. It's very, very innocuous. It's a 3-drop 8/8 that Camille's upkeep, sacrifice a creature. It gives a good sack element, and it's just artwork is amazing. Lightning Greaves gives Kresh haste and Shroud, or any creature I need. Mage Slayer, Kresh's sword. What will Kresh do without his sword? Just basically deal Kresh's power to somebody. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. Now I know this is an unhinged card, but I really like it. Just makes a 4/4 golden dragon, and you can roll d20. It's just a little fun little card with Kresh. Ashnod's Altar, obviously for sack outlets. Spawning Pit, underrated commander card. Greater Good, more sack outlets, more draw, putting stuff in my graveyard. Whip of Erebos to get those cards back to the battlefield, and also can make my Kresh give me a lot of life. Death Presence, which is basically Kresh but on a stick. Dictate of Erebos, I can flash in, makes you guys some sacrificing creatures, so I can get in with Kresh. Palace Siege, so I can get, it could give me life, or I can get another creature, whatever I need. Vampiric Rites, sacrifice a creature, gain 1 life, draw a card. Very, very good enchantment. Not too many people would want to waste their mana on getting rid of it. Black Market, whenever Seed works very well with all the stuff that I have, gives me some more mana so I can cast my creatures. Death Heap Ritual, just because I love Death Heap Ritual. It's a very good draw source. Wild Pair, I don't get to play with this card a lot, so I think Wild Pair works really well in this deck. I get to search for more creatures and get to play a lot more creatures. Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded, just because so I can search my library for all the cards I need. Priest of the Bloodbraided, just so I can put him in, sack him. That's going to be a lot of power to put on Kresh. Mycoloth, make him huge, and also make Saplings to make Kresh huge. It's all about making Kresh a big boy. Skullbriar, the Walking Grave, because no matter where he goes, he's always going to be big. When you bring him back, you can just get Kresh more bigger. Demon of Dark Schemes, when he comes in, gives -2/-2, gets rid of a lot of tokens, gets Kresh really big. Be able to use your energy to put some more creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. Mana Gorger, just because Mana Gorger gets really big, and when he dies, Kresh is going to get really big. Butcher of Malakir, just so that, because I'm going to be sacking a lot of creatures, I want you to sack, like I said. Fauna Shaman, because Fauna Shaman's one of my favorite creatures, and she's Survival of the Fittest on a stick, and she's actually a creature, so it helps Kresh get bigger. Hendrix Sar, Master Breeder, so I can go ahead and make more, every time I cast more creatures, I get more creatures, and then I can also make Kresh bigger. Same with Dragon Lair Spider. Lysolda the Blood Witch is one of my favorite cards here. Actually, this deck used to be a Lysolda the Blood Witch deck. Changed it over to Kresh. She's very cool. Aberrant Overlord. Just makes a lot of flying black harpies. Very good. Seka Kuar, Kresh's best buddy. He creates some 3/1s that don't exist, but hey, they're there. Gerard, Golgari Lichlord, because he gets really big and swole, and I can sacrifice Kresh and basically kill almost anybody. And I can just bring him back in any time. Blood Artist, just because a lot of creatures are going to be dying. Sabra Queen of Golgari, just because I'm going to be sacking a lot, get a lot of benefit from sacking. Marsh Flare is actually one of my favorite cards. Get some Black Goblins, sack outlet as well. Marina Clan Neltoth, one of my girls. She would just bring all the creatures that I throw in my graveyard back. Shriek Maw works really well with all of them. He's a 3/2, gives Kresh 3 counters when he dies. Skeletal Vampire, just because I love Skeletal Vampire. He comes in, makes some flying creatures, and you can just make more. Sprouting Thrynax, very good, just good sack fodder. Comes back, makes some 3 saplings, gives Kresh 3 power. Very nice. Sidisi, Undead Vizier, comes in, gives 4 counters to Kresh if you exploit it, or just exploit another big creature, and you can basically Diabolic Tutor. Hamwire Garrison, I really like the Garrison. Gives me some dudes, and it's very aggressive. I also have the battlement in here just so we can meld. Creekwood Leech just so I can make my other creatures really big, and I have consistent tokens that are coming in to sack. Now, Worldspire Worm is actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's a 15/15 11 drop that said when it dies, put 3 5/5 green worm tokens onto the battlefield with trample onto the battlefield. So when he dies, he gets 15 counters to Kresh. Then there's also 5/5 green worms onto the battlefield. And he gets shuffled back in, so you can go ahead and just reuse him. Sakura Tri-Builder obviously gets me some lands. Burnished Heart, same thing, lands. Flesh Carver I really like because he can sack creatures and get really big, and then he can die, give Kresh the counters, and then become a horror, and then give Kresh more counters. Bantu the Glorified, just a good sack outlet, and he's Menace and Indestructible, that's just solid. Avenger of Zendikar, very, very good, makes some plants really huge. Sack those plants. Gives some good green to Kresh. Anger, because Kresh is really angry all the time. Volden Ferreira. She basically says, actually, this interesting card, sacrifice 3 other creatures and transform her, and she has Madness. Now, she transforms into Abolisher of the Bloodlines. When this creature transforms, or an opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. So basically, you're getting a whole bunch of triggers for Kresh, and it's a good field wipe, especially if they have important creatures onto the battlefield. Channel Horde Worm, another one from the new commander set I really like. When it deals damage, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. It can be any card, a spell, anything that you need. Prosh, Sky Raider of Kerr. I know he makes 0/1s. I mean but those make him really big, and if he dies, then he can make Kresh really big. And also, he's just really solid in this deck. Like I said, Hammer Balance. We're going to lands now. Meld, just some really good solid lands. Searching Bajuka to get rid of their graveyard because you're going to be nuking the field.
Is that a tiger?
No. Grim Backwoods, side creature, draw a card. Really like that card. Got some temples in here. Basic generic stuff. Mountain Valley. Golgari Guildgate. I know probably you guys aren't impressed with my lands, but hey, doesn't matter. And then Crypt of Agadim, which is one of my favorite lands of all time. I'm going to be having a lot of creatures in my graveyards, and I got some basics here. So, that's my Kresh deck in a nutshell. That's what I used to win against the big boys duel, and I hope you like it. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for the Kresh deck, and if you have any suggestions for any prizes that we should pick.